You guys don't really know much about Halloween, do you? You thought no further than the strange custom of having your kids go out wearing masks begging for candy. No, no. There's much more to it than that.
You can support me on Patreon for just $1 a month. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Christian Hanna Horror here. Here it is. This is going to be the ultimate Halloween franchise ranking. I did one a long time ago, and I was not exactly honest. I held back. This time, I'm giving it to you exactly how I like them. Let's get started. Coming in last is going to be Halloween Resurrection. All these Halloween movies are movies that I can find enjoyment out of. Halloween Resurrection was just a uninspired, let's make this because Halloween H2O did well at the box office movie. They basically redid the movie, just with different elements. Busta Rhymes, nothing against him. LL Cool J was a much better proponent for what they were doing, bringing in a celebrity, hip-hop celebrity, to be a part of something. LL is a fantastic actor, and he excelled. Busta Rhymes, along with a bad script, did not get it done as well as LL Cool J. So nothing against him. And there's a lot of other faults with this movie, but that's one of my biggest complaints. So coming in last is Halloween Resurrection. Coming in next, Rob Zombie's Halloween. Obviously, Halloween 2 isn't here yet, so that's going to tell you right off the bat that I do enjoy his Halloween 2 more than his Halloween, and I'll get to that soon. Rob Zombie's Halloween, remaking one of the best horror movies of all time. Halloween was not immune to the remake trend that was going on. The bottom line was this. Rob Zombie's Halloween, I love Rob Zombie's filming and I love its style. I don't like it so much for this type of movie. I don't like his style of movie for a classic slasher style film. Didn't translate well to me. Other movies he did when he's his own style, it's great. But when you try to mix it and blend it with a pure, artistic, classic horror film like Halloween, does not hit the nail on the head in my opinion. Coming in next, 1989's Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Halloween 5, a movie that came out right after the resurrection, so to speak, of Michael Myers himself in 1988 with Halloween 4's Return of Michael Myers. Halloween 5, a movie that should have been made a year later. Let me get to why I mean that. It was just rushed. It was, okay, Halloween 4 did great, let's make another one. These things need to digest. These things need to take time. Halloween 5 has some great moments and some great kills, especially with that pickaxe-looking thing when the guy's in the back with the beer in his car and Michael goes right through his face. Great stuff. I enjoy the look of the mask in Halloween 5. I just feel they should have taken their time with this and maybe gotten a better director. He seemed to have a lack of interest from others' inputs from things I've read, and movies are a collaborative effort. I think that this movie should have had a little bit more time to be created. Coming in next is Halloween H2O, or as I like to call it, Hall-O-Scream H2O. Kevin Williamson wrote the movie just after Scream, this new style of horror movie that we're going to make. Was not my favorite style of movie. In the late 90s were not my favorite era of cinema, and Halloween H2O is no exception to that clause in my opinion. Halloween H2O, skipping every movie except the first two. Obviously we're going through this again, except now we're skipping every movie except the first one. That's not the point. What I'm getting at is this movie, along with how Rob Zombie's movie does not translate well to me. Although I will say, when it comes to this and Resurrection, I do prefer Halloween. My biggest thing about Halloween H2O is simply the writing and the style of the film. It's a little too fast-paced. It's a little too daylighty. And there are things in this movie that I still really enjoy. The chase scene where Michael's walking on the tables. Great stuff. Great merit to this movie, and it definitely has its audience. Coming in next is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, or as I like to call it, just a Rob Zombie movie. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. This movie is, I'll tell you the best way to describe why I like this movie. Rob made his first Halloween, followed somewhat of a template, then he makes Halloween 2 and says, I'm just going to do whatever I feel like. Now, I get it. The White Horse is this. I don't think of this as a Michael Myers movie. When I watch Halloween 2, it's because I want to watch Rob Zombie's style of filmmaking. This movie is very out there. It's very strange. It's almost like Lords of Salem in essence of imagery and dreams. And that's going to relate to some people, and they're going to like that style, and then they're not going to like it. The Halloween purists hate it, and that's fine. But for me, I can enjoy Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie for its appeal and its style. Coming in next, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. You know, being a big Halloween fan, like I am, there are certain areas in time that I prefer the look, style, and appeal of movies. And for a lot of movies, especially horror movies, the late 80s has the right sensibility, the right style, the right dialogue that I like. And it's funny, with Halloween, I almost don't like it as much as the early 80s. And that's a rare thing for me because a lot of the late 80s movies are my favorites. Halloween 4, though, great movie, a great return for Michael Myers. Not really a complaint with this movie, as I think a lot of Halloween fans don't really have a complaint either. So Halloween 4. Coming in next, 1981's Halloween 2, the second movie with Michael Myers, the hospital Michael Myers movie, if we will. This movie has definitely got its fan favorites, and while I love the movie, it's definitely not going to be my number one. Halloween 2, the only really complaint I have with it is I know that Jamie Lee is wearing a wig in the movie, but let's not really complain. I think the best part about this movie is the first 20 minutes. The rest of the movie can kind of drag a little bit and get a little jarring, but the first 20 minutes of Halloween 2 is great stuff, especially when Michael's in the house with the old couple. Great stuff. When his first kill, when you get to see the eyes of Michael Myers, that was a first, I believe. You never really got a shot like that. Obviously, in the first Halloween, he takes his mask off, but you really get to see Michael's eyes in Halloween 2 in the first shot, and that was great. Next is Halloween 6. You know, this is a movie that it's not necessarily just Thorn that I like. Granted, yes, I love the aspect of a cult and just satanic things causing a man to do bad things. What they're doing with Michael, I enjoy that. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I understand that most prefer the plainness, the nothing, not knowing, and I agree. There's a lot of fear in not knowing. That's life in general, not knowing what's going to happen. There's a lot of fear in that. But something about Halloween 6, it's more than just the movie. It's the look. It's the feel. This movie makes me think of the color blue. And I know that may sound weird, but Halloween 6 is dark. It's the nighttime has a blue shade. The color timing, it's great stuff. Halloween 6 is great. Brother Kane, great song, and Fool Shine On is in here. Michael is at his most brutalist. He is big, he's bulky, his mask is washed out, but it's got this creepy little smile to it. I love the mask of Halloween 6. The producer's cut goes along with this because I prefer both cuts. I enjoy both cuts. Prefer the producer's cut. Some people can't stand the fact that Michael is stopped by a little group of rocks, and I get the complaints. You either just get with this or you don't, and I'm one that gets with this, and I love the Thorn style of Halloween 6. Coming up next is Halloween. Obviously, you know this is not my number one, and I'm being blunt honest with you about which one I enjoy the most. But let's talk about Halloween for a second. Halloween is one of the greatest horror movies ever made. It is the catalyst for so many movies. Without this movie, we would not have anything else. And that's going to bring us to number one. For me, on my list, the movie that I love more than anything on this planet and my favorite horror movie of all time, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Now, hold on. I'm not going to tell you that I think Halloween 3 is a better movie than Halloween. Halloween 3 is just a movie that has so much adoration from me. I have so much respect for the film. I enjoy Tommy Lee Wallace's directing in the film. It's just something that I love. It's a movie that grows with me over time. It's like a fine wine, and I adore this movie down to its core. I love the Halloween masks. I love Tom Atkins in this movie. I love the music. I think it's some of John's best work, and it's just such a creepy creepy movie to me. The fact that this man wants to kill all these children, that doesn't happen very often in cinema. And there's not another movie, in my opinion, like Halloween 3. So in my Halloween ranking, my favorite movie is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Give it a shot. Go watch it. Be open-minded about it. I'm not saying it needs to be your favorite, but I love this movie down to every aspect. I've got my Halloween 3 trio over here in my glass case, and I just love everything about this movie. I love everything about this movie. It's very creepy to me. This was my Halloween ranking video, guys. Controversial, yes, but honest, yes. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys anymore. My last review, or my last ranking I did a long time ago, may not be the same as that. And this is my pure, honest effort. This was really fun. I can't wait to hear your guys' response to this. This was my Halloween ranking video of the whole franchise. So let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you guys next time. Happy Halloween.